Hi guys, my name is Amber Castor, and today I will be discussing a play that I read called Raisin in the Sun by Lorianne Hansberry. Um, A Raisin in the Sun is a play written by Lorianne Hansberry. Lorianne Hansberry was born on the south side of Chicago in May 1930, and she's the youngest of four children. Her father founded Lake Street Bank on the first, and it was one of the first banks for blacks in Chicago. Um, A Raisin in the Sun was her very first play, and it was based on the people that she had encountered in her life through her father, as well as her family. She used her own personal experience to create a play that many African Americans could relate to, especially during that time period. Um, Even though she was considered middle class, her family was still subjected to segregation, of course, because they were African American. Um, During the course of her earlier childhood, her family wanted to move into a restricted white neighborhood, and of course, they couldn't do so because of the color of their skin. So they secretly moved into the neighborhood, and once people found out that they were in the neighborhood, they began to see all types of threats, and people even threw bricks at their windows. That just goes to show you that no matter how much money you have or the social class that you're considered to be in, if you're not white, you don't have very many opportunities. Um, the play A Raisin in the Sun. It revolves around the ideas of African Americans trying to obtain a dream while dealing with the struggles of oppression. Many of the characters in the play base their happiness on whether or not they were able to, achieve their dreams. Um, One of the main things that come across in this play is racial discrimination. And of course, that's fitting, based on the time period. And I think that Lorianne um, wrote a play like this, like I said before, so that many African Americans could relate, and also to, you know, make others aware of what was going on at that time and to bring about social change. Um, so yeah, racial discrimination plays a major role in this play, and also not just because of the time period, but because of the plot of the play. The family that's in the play, there is the younger family, and they wanted to move into a white neighborhood, much as Lorianne's family did when she was younger. And they faced many obstacles trying to get there, and they were also discouraged to do so by by someone of the name Mr. Linder. Now, Mr. Linder sees the younger family not only not for the people that they were, but for the color of their skin, and it wasn't really fair. One example would be when Walter states, we have decided to move into our family house because my father, he earned it for us brick by brick. We want to make no trouble for nobody or fight no causes. We will try to be good neighbors, and that's all we got to say about that. We don't want your money. Now, Walter is talking to Mr. Linder after he found out that the money he invested into the store was stolen. Even with these things that occurred while they were trying to get, into that neighborhood and create a better life, more opportunities for themselves, they didn't allow those things to hold them back. They still stayed strong, they still were resilient, and they put up a fight. And that's one thing that this play taught us, was that the only way to fight discrimination was to actually stand up to it and not to back down, and to not to just go along with the social norm. um Another theme in this play was money, actually. Money was very important to me and the characters, especially Walter. Walter, throughout the play, made it seem as though in order to be happy, you had to have money. In order to, live a good life, you just had to have money in general. And an example of this would be the conversation that he had with his mother about money. He states that, um, uh, yeah. So in the conversation, they're talking, his mom states, so now it's life. Money is life. Once upon a time, freedom used to be life. Now it's money. I guess the world really do change. And Walter, he talked to his mom. He responds by saying, "No, it was always money, Mama. We just didn't know about it." I think that this is an important part of the play because it shows how in Walter's time, money was one of the only ways that African Americans felt that they were able to overcome their obstacles or pursue better things. They had more opportunities. But in contrast, um, you know, um, Walter's mom at her time, she had other things to worry about. Money wasn't important. What was important to her was life, actually being able to live. She had things to worry about, like being killed or being beaten or, just being treated unfairly, all because of color of her skin. So I think this conversation kind of shows like the difference in errors between the two. Walter not really even thinking about things like that. He just saying, "Oh, I think money what is the basically could solve all the problems that we have. Also another example of, this would be when another conversation between Walter and his mother, and he's talking to her about what he sees, and he goes, "Sometimes when I'm downtown and I pass them cool, quiet looking restaurants where them white boys are sitting back and talking about things, sitting there turning deals worth millions of dollars, sometimes I see guys don't look much older than me." And this quote, Walter can't seem to wrap his head around the idea that, men of his age can afford a higher standard of living and a chance to do better and way more, much more in life just because of the color of their skin. He was really taken aback by that. And I think, because he wanted a better life, not only for him, but for his family, and he kept being held back. Anytime he had saw this, it would make him a little bit jealous and a little bit frustrated and probably angry as well too. Just to say that because I'm African American, I can't obtain what they're obtaining, just because the color of my skin. I'm being judged on the color of my skin. Um, yeah, so um, yeah, Walter was one of the main characters in this play that really like was all about money, 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 money was gonna cure all the problems that they had. Lastly, another theme that was presented in this play was hope. Hope was all throughout the play. It started on hope. The family hopes were to, move into a nicer neighborhood so they could have a better life. And so, um, beneath this dream, um, in this play was to become a doctor, and she showed how important this dream was to her when she stood up to Walter, which is her brother. And she said, "Well, I do. All right. Thanks, everybody. And forgive me for ever wanting to be anything at all." And, um, Benita wanted to become a doctor. And I guess because of everything that was going on in the time, it was, of course, she was, not just her, but everybody else, they were like, "Man, that's not going to happen." But that was the dream of Benita, and she stood by her dream, and she finally stood up to Walter and told him, "Hey, this is my dream. I'm gonna go for it, no matter what you say or what anybody else says." Like they all had dreams, but to be honest, all of their hopes and dreams were, scaled back due to the color of their skin. Um, so I think that was an important part in the story and the play as well. Also, Walter's dream was, of course, money. His hope and dream was to, have money, but not to just have money, but to create a better life for his family. Um, and Walter is a man, so of course, when things aren't going the way he planned, or when things are looking a little cloudy, he's taking all that pressure up because he's a man, which means he provides and makes decisions and does you know the bulk of when it comes to decision making, he does the most of it. So as a man, he feels that pressure, and so much to the point where he takes it out on a lot of his family members, whether his mama, his wife, his sister. You see a lot of them interacting with him based off of certain things that he said to them, because of how frustrated and angry he was that things were going the way that he planned their life. And his wife Ruth, her hope and dream was for her husband Walter's dream to come true, because she saw how it was affecting him, how, since things were going the way he planned, she's seeing him, change into somebody that she never seen it. She seen it taking a toll on her marriage, and all she wanted was for just him to, his dreams to come true. So that way, it wouldn't continue to, affect their marriage and other things of that nature. So and then the younger family faced many obstacles, but they stuck together as a family and showed strength and resilience. And due to this, they were finally able to get what they all wanted, which was, they were able to move into the neighborhood. And that was kind of like the start of a new chapter for them, to say that they went through all that just to get it, now they have it. It was like a new beginning for them. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.